Yo, let me give you a recap of the festival that I just vended at. Satin everybody, boy Big Brando, and today we're gonna recap the festival that just happened last weekend. Most of you guys know this, I've been talking about it forever. Every single year this festival happens on the same weekend. It's the third weekend of July and it goes down Saturday and Sunday. This is a Hawaiian festival that goes down in Lawndale, California. And let me start the video off by saying shout out to everybody that showed up this weekend. For one, I appreciate every single conversation that I've had. I appreciate all the pictures. I appreciate all the handshakes and hugs. You guys are dope as hell. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. Now, if you wanted to see what the booth looked like, you can check out my Instagram, Big Brando TV. I do a little walking tour of what the booth looks like. Every year after this festival, I try to make a video about what went good and what didn't go so good. And here we are. Now, one of the big things that did really well for me was my hats. I sold out in all of my hats this weekend, especially the LA script hats. You'll see on my Instagram that I was posting hats that I exclusively made for the festival. I did it in black and I also did it in white and black, or off-white and black. The two-tone A-frame hat. I did one in that colorway and I did one in a black regular standard 6-panel snapback. I brought a few dozen of each and they sold out. To be honest, they were almost sold out by Saturday. I only had like 4 of each left for Sunday, and obviously when we opened up Sunday, they were gone. So those hats did really well. I also brought some solid colorways where I did royal blue and white stitching, red with white stitching, navy blue and white stitching. Those sold out. I also brought other two-tone colorways, royal blue and off-white with blue and yellow. That one sold out. I did royal blue and red. That one sold out. All of these hats sold out, which is dope as hell. I also brought the ones that have the Hawaiian Islands across the front. Those all sold out. I brought my other one that just says Hawaii across the front in the Crowns font. That one sold out in all colorways. Hats were booming this year, which is really dope. The other thing that we sold out in was this t-shirt right here. Here's the back, says life is better with island music. This t-shirt right here in the gray colorway that I brought sold out. The t-shirt that I used was slightly oversized. It had that like pigment dyed fade to it. It was kind of like that gray color. I don't have one to show because we sold out of all of them. This was the black colorway. The front just says life is better with island music. Same font as the front. Gray colorway sold out. Black, we came home with a few of them. I think extra large and double X we sold out in, and small and medium we sold out in. I think I have large and maybe 3X left is what we came home with in the black colorway. And actually, yeah, this is a large right here. So put my little tag inside there. Here it is. T-shirt did very well. Now, one thing I will say is I was a little iffy on this font. I think if I laid it out a little bit different with a different font, it might have really popped off. The messaging was dope. Font choice, I don't know. I was still up in the air with it. I was pretty confident going into the festival, but then when I seen it hanging up in the booth, to me, it didn't really capture my eye. Like I said, the messaging is dope. Font choice wasn't my best font choice. It still did very good, but if I could do it again, I would choose a different font and maybe go for a different layout than what this was. It's just kind of a big back print and small left chest front print. Now, people are gonna ask, what's the size of this? This is Supacolor's biggest gang sheet size. Is the size of this one. Same size as my West Side shirt on Supacolor site. It's considered A3 size. This right here is like 4 inches by 3 inches maybe. The reason I went with this design and this messaging right here was I was thinking of people going to island reggae concerts when I made this. This shirt could easily be worn at island reggae shows. I did a little bit of testing. I went to the Maoli show that was here in LA at the Greek 2 days before the festival. I wore the gray one to the Maoli concert and a bunch of people were asking where I got that shirt from. I knew it was gonna do good, brought it to the festival, sold out in gray, came home with a few larges and triple X's in the black colorway. Now, outside of that shirt, This one right here did very well in black and white. We only came home with a few larges. Here's the white version. Here's the black version. For the video's sake, I'll show the black version because the white one doesn't show up too well on screen. But it just says connected over the Pacific. Once again, size large. There's my tag. And this is what the back print looks like. It says Los Angeles to Honolulu, connected over the Pacific. I have a LA palm tree with 2 Hawaiian coconut trees on there. Los Angeles to Honolulu, connected over the Pacific. This design right here did very, very well for me. I knew it was gonna do good. If you follow me on Patreon, you know that I've been testing this design at local breweries and stuff like that. I just been wearing it around. People been digging it. Brought it to the festival. Both colorways did very well. White and black did very well. White rarely does good for me. Last year I had a t-shirt that said give aloha to get aloha. That was on a white t-shirt, and those tanks and t-shirts did fairly well. So I said, let me try to do another white t-shirt this year. This one boomed. This one boomed. We killed with these designs right here. Now, outside of the hats and these t-shirts, I also brought a few of my Island Made shirts. You guys seen those before. I brought the black with the gray. That one did good. When I did it with black and brown, that one killed. When I did it with the gray, I put it on the front left chest and then the back. Did very well this year. 2 years ago, I got a lot of requests because it used to just be big on the front that said Island Made. A lot of people were asking, do you have it as a back print? So I brought it as a back print and the people showed up for it. We sold a lot of them. I didn't do any tank tops this year. I did mainly t-shirts. This year I brought some girl shirts also. We did the Hoppa Girl crop top, which was cool. That was in collaboration with Hoppa Girl Cafe, the lemonade that you guys can get in my store over here. And also they were a big deal at the festival. Also in the Aloha Sticks booth, they were selling Hoppa Girl Cafe lemonade. We were selling the crop top for Hoppa Girl. That did pretty good. Since I was doing those crop tops, I ordered some of those gray pigment dyed faded looking crop tops from AS Color. It was the standard AS Color faded women's crop top, and that one said raised right, raised on Island Music. Island Music was in the reggae colors, red, yellow, green. That t-shirt did very well. One of the huge sellers for that t-shirt was I brought a half torso mannequin, a woman's mannequin, to put the crop top on, and I hung it up. When it's flat, it just looks like a wide t-shirt, but on the mannequin it looked great, and that's what girls kind of gravitated towards. And also the AS Color crop top t-shirts, the women's shirts, feel really soft, really good. Women really loved it. This year we kind of had a different booth layout because our booth was positioned backwards than it was previously in other years. We were forced to kind of adjust on the fly when we showed up on Friday to set up, but it made it cool because our booth had a really good flow. Walking in, walking out, multiple entries. I also brought a clothing rack this year to hang the t-shirts on, and that worked wonders because customers wanted to come through and just thumb through the shirts. I noticed this. People do this in the retail store. They'll just look through the racks at all the t-shirt designs. Usually when I do festivals, the people could touch the t-shirts, but they're clipped onto the grid walls. So I had them clipped on the grid walls, but then I also had this rack that people could actually come in and go through the hangers and feel like they're shopping in a store, I guess. And we as people are creatures of habit. And when we see a rack, we're gonna look through and see what's on there. So it's a good way to draw people into the booth, get them to be in the booth and actually looking through the clothes instead of just coming in, looking at what's on the grid walls. They got a chance to actually touch it, pull the shirt out, check it out, put it up to himself, and then be able to say, hey, do you have this in a size blah, blah, blah. So that worked really, really well for us, was bringing that clothing rack. The other thing that we did different is the homie Dave brought a bunch of earrings that he made and stickers that he made. So he was selling earrings, stickers. Jen's Vintage Bags made some handmade bags. She was sharing the booth with us and she had some of her bags on display. So we had kind of like a little grid wall with a pegboard set up, and it had earrings on there, it had stickers on there, it had the bags hanging on there. That was a plus because it drove people into the booth to look at all the earrings, and it was right by the register table that we used. I also brought a little bit taller table this year for the register. So I used the 4x2 table that's a little bit taller than the 6-foot tables. That worked great also. Some of the things that I messed up on was we ran out of stickers early, the free stickers to give away. It was a cracking weekend. There was so many people. This year was probably one of the busiest years since pre-COVID. So the last time I probably seen it like this was maybe 2017, where the crowds came in just herds. And it was busy from open to close. And on both days, we stayed open later than we were supposed to because the crowd was just that deep. So on Saturday, we were supposed to open, I think at 10. We already had people walking through the booth around 8:30, so it forced us to set up real quick, and we were making sales as we're setting up, hanging up displays. And then we stayed open till about 5:30, almost 6 o'clock, when we're supposed to be closed at 5, because there were still people walking all the vendor booths. Same exact thing on Sunday. We started prepping the booth maybe around 9 o'clock. We were supposed to open at 10, but at 9 o'clock, people were already there walking through, eating breakfast and shopping. Then we stayed open till about like 5 o'clock. We're supposed to be closed at 4. Just a ton of people there. So it was dope. Crowd was dope. The weekend was dope. Everything was a success, but I do blame myself because I ran out of stickers to give away. Halfway through Sunday, I would say like around 11, 12 o'clock on Sundays when we ran out of stickers. I still had flyers. I need to reprint stickers, reprint flyers, and the flyers were just to promote the store, but we ran out of those things. I just didn't anticipate the crowds being as crazy as they were. So if you wanted to see what all that looked like, make sure you go to my Instagram. Go to Big Brando TV and you can see what the booth looked like. You can see what the setup looked like. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about on here, please leave it in the comments for me. My plan was to bring my camera and do some videos over there, but it was way too busy. Like I said, Saturday, I didn't even get a chance to step away from the booth. If anything, just to use the restroom, but it was a constant flow of people in there with little to no downtime. So I had no time to pull out the camera and make some videos. Sunday, same exact deal. Constant flow of people, everything was good. Luckily, I had a little bit of time to chop it up with whoever stopped by, just to have some conversations with the people that came through, just to chop it up. But once again, I was in and out of those conversations because I was helping the guys in the back pull shirts and pull hats, ring people up. We were just all over the place. So if you have any questions about anything that I talked about, please let me know in the comments. If you want to know what the shelf situation was like, the inventory situation was like, all of that good stuff, maybe the displays or maybe tablecloths or grid walls or whatever it is, anything you see on my Instagram and you want to know more about it, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about it, or let me know in the comments on my Instagram. You can follow me if you wanted to, but you could check out the videos there. We could chop it up in the comments there also at Big Brando TV. All right, catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.